What's going on, guys? Your boy HQ420 here, welcome y'all back another episode, day 0. As you can see, we're a little short-handed today. The immaculate one, Charlie Robinson, and the spiritual one, Lindsey Scharmyn, is not with us, but we must carry on. All right, we're going to carry this heavy load. Me and the powerful one, Cory Hughes. Cory, this afternoon, are you doing well?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yes. He's so sad.
Fucking shit. I just
I
changed
mean,
my shirt. Why I got the lid on my shirt? I don't like any of that. See, I don't like
well,
video at all.
Black,
It's so high. It's so high maintenance. Ugh.
but y'all are the only ones that have issues with your video. I don't get it. You plug it into the side and it should be the same shit every time. I don't
It's that.
understand it.
It's our pale white skin. We just can't get it right on that camera.
Uh, I should have known the pale white. That's what Clint does. The pale white skin. Cory, the previous week we had somebody say that we swung and missed on the Robin Westwood a little bit because
Who?
we didn't speak about the cat that shot up the Catholic school and shot himself.
The fuck we gotta talk about that? We get a trans shooter like every other week. I mean, give me a
I
break. How
mean,
much time we gotta spend on it?
they said we missed the Israeli thing and all that stuff. I was
We
like,
are an empire in decline. Like, I don't know what else you want to talk. There's not much else to talk about. Like,
well, here's my only thing. Like, if it's all supposed to bring about feeling sorry for Jews in Israel, don't you think that maybe they have to take out a few of their own folk in order to really get that sentiment
it's more about
to drive it
confusion.
home?
It's more about
Hmm.
confusion than anything else, man. And so
Hmm.
that's basically it. He had all kinds of like, didn't he have all kinds of anti-Semitic shit written on his gun? Here's the thing: if you got shit written on your gun, you work for the feds. Like, I'm just convinced of that.
Right, yeah, but anti-Semitic stuff, and then I mean, Catholic school, there ain't no Jews there.
Correct.
Oh, it has some anti-Semitic stuff on. So why didn't he just go to the Jew spot and do his thing there? But oh well,
That's not what his handlers
I,
wanted.
I mean, it's just like if I really wanted to drive this thing home, you see, I'm that type of person. Okay, you got to think from the realm of the villain. All right, if I really want to drive this thing home, then I take out people that's supposedly my own. That's what I do. If I really want to drive this point home, is like, hey, they're targeting us. You should feel sorry for us. That's what I would do. Sacrifice for the greater good
I don't know. I
or
don't.
for whatever our mission is.
It is impossible for me to have any type of philosophical conversation over these types of shootings because I am 100% convinced that these are staged events. And so there's nothing really to fucking talk about. There's no philosophical nothing to it because they're staged events. So all philosophy surrounding them goes right out the fucking window. If you got a manifesto, you're a Fed.
Okay.
Fuck off. That's my attitude. Okay. Um, so I am just of the belief that for the most part, when you look at any given event, particularly assassinations or some mass shootings, not all, but particularly something like Vegas,
Hmm.
you look at this and you're just like, yeah, um, people just don't do this. They just don't. People just don't get a gun and
Right.
shoot up a crowd. They just don't do that. Um, why? Because it's tough. It takes planning, logistics, a whole lot of stuff. We know which ones are real. The ones where you got some jerk off who drives into a crowd of protesters, because they have immediate access to their vehicle. They're expressing their rage, and they drive into the crowd of protesters. Right? Those I get
Right.
when you run down those people, because that's what people have access to. Right? Nobody has access to like 15 guns and 5,000 rounds of ammunition. Right? Like just when you put the planning into it, it eliminates the I'm crazy aspect of it. And so
Right.
if there's planning going on, it's obviously not being done by the crazy person.
Right. I seen some footage where where the cat was walking through through the gun store and just like looking at ammo. I was like, man, what is this? I was just like, nobody walks to the gun store and just sits there and like, oh, let's what kind of ammo's here? Oh, okay, this ammo, okay, and just going around just looking at ammo.
Right,
You know
right.
what you need? I've got a 9 millimeter. I'm gonna go get 9 millimeter. Like I'm not gonna go and look at shotgun
You know what
shells
it
and
reminds me?
45.
Okay, I'm going to bring this back to Kennedy because this reminds me of something from Kennedy. Like,
Hmm.
Kerry Thornley is a character in the story, and he was involved in the setup of Oswald. And he writes this long 50-page affidavit to Jim Garrison, which is basically a confession, right? And so at some point in this thing, he's talking about how he was working with this guy, Gary Kirsten, and that this guy was interested in um, fascist dictators. So he sends Kerry Thornley to the library to check out a bunch of books on Hitler and other dictators, right? And
Hmm.
so in the affidavit, Kerry Thornley goes, "Yeah, I think he sent me there to try to set me up, because he got me to get a bunch of books on Hitler and stuff. And who does that, right?" And that's exactly it. 100%. They send him to go to the fucking gun store to go looking at ammunition so they can catch him on film. It's no different than Lee Harvey Oswald ordering a rifle through the mail with a fucking traceable serial number and all that stuff that he could have just gone to a pawn shop and got one off the books. Right? Same exact thing. It's unnecessary nonsense. It's all about legend creating. A legend is a false backstory, right? And that's all it says. It's
Hmm.
fabrication of a legend.
Okay. Okay.
See, here's the problem.
Yeah, I just.
Like once I start to
Mhm.
dabble in these modern shit, once I start to dabble into Sandy Hook, or I start to look into Las Vegas, or the fucking Pulse nightclub shooting, or any of these fucking weird things, like my brain short circuits, and I'm like, no, get me back to 1963 because this modern shit is off the rails. Like I don't want nothing to fucking do with it. Period. I just hope someone figures the shit out quick so I don't have to like do it. But
So you don't have to deep dive.
yeah,
You
the
try-
modern shit, dude, I don't like it all. There's so many variables, and when it comes to now in this day and age, who the fuck knows what pictures are real and what's what? And because like I've known the CIA fakes their own shit forever, right? Like all those CIA reports about Hitler going to Argentina, like
Mhm.
those are fake reports that they fake themselves. They fake their own shit all the time, right? So you can't really trust any of the documents or anything. And here's another thing, like Sandy Hook, I pulled all the Sandy Hook documents. So it's about 3,000 pages worth. 90% of it is redacted. Like you'll have a page and it'll have like a whole blank thing and one word will be like not redacted in the middle. Like they're insulting us on purpose, you know?
Yeah, it's really weird, isn't it? Well, shouldn't folks find that extremely weird? That like this is supposed to be like common knowledge. Like people supposed to know what happened, but you redacted all this information.
Well,
And
that's
I know what
another
they're
thing.
saying. Oh, we do that so we can protect the identity of the victims and all that stuff. But I mean, I don't know about all that.
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
I mean, but that's what they try to say that they're doing.
Yeah, there's another thing. Like there is only about 3,000 pages of documents on Sandy Hook. And I've said this before. Like they probably produced 3,000 pages of documents in the first 2 days of investigating, right? So there's got to be 20, 30,000 pages still out there. We don't, where's that shit,
Probably so.
right? Stuff
Probably
they
so.
release to us and they're like, here's the documents. And they give us like 2,000 pages or something. And it's like, what are you talking about? This is nothing. Like the Jim Garrison files, I talk about those all the time on my show. We have probably 2 or 3,000 pages of documents. It's not even a whole lot. And I can tell you that like that's less than 1 or 2% of like what he produced during his investigation. Right. So we have nothing. We have next to
Hmm.
nothing on anything. And so when they put out stuff, they're just mocking us. I don't know why anyone ever thinks we're going to get anything from the government ever about anything. Like it's so stupid.
Yeah, but and like you said, if they put anything out, all the key important stuff is redacted, so it doesn't matter. It's just like they almost just put out common knowledge stuff. Like you read it, you be like, okay, that's what we already knew, and okay, where's the juicy stuff? It's like, no, that's it. Nothing juicy here.
Mm-hmm. And like, do you really think the juicy stuff is ever put on paper?
No.
You think there's a document that says, "Hey, go kill JFK. You know, you know.
Yeah, somebody just straight up typed on a sheet of paper. Now make sure you log that, okay? Log that. All right, keep that one in the logs. All right. You know what I'm saying? It's just like nobody's gonna hold on to that stuff. That stuff's gonna be burned. You've seen Mission Impossible, right? You know, like this message will self destruct in 5, 4,
Right,
3. I
right.
mean,
So
I
that's
mean
something
that's
I
what
always
happens.
wonder. Do they? So let's just say they get like Oswald's school records are like my favorite example because they're totally the ones we have are bogus. You know, they're a mixture of fake and real, and who the fuck knows what. But here's the question. So let's say the FBI goes and they collects the real school records that shows all kinds of stuff we're not supposed to know. If you don't want that information ever getting out, you would destroy that information. However, I would think within the structure of whatever organization, FBI, CIA, whatever bureaucratic organization, they would have to have some kind of record for people later on in the chain of command to be able to look back and understand, right? Because I'm sure they're not teaching people what fucking, you come in the CIA, they're not teaching you all the secrets. It doesn't work that way. But at some point, somebody up the chain might need to know something about the Kennedy assassination for whatever reason, right? So do they
Mhm.
preserve information at all on paper or otherwise for later future shot callers to understand what happened so as to know how to guide the narrative or whatever? That's what I wonder. Um, is there a secret cache of stuff within their administrative documents that we'll never see outside the realms of the investigative documents? Right. That's what I don't know. Are all the secrets on paper somewhere? Is what I'm saying. Um, who the fuck knows?
Well, for some reason, and I know we we kind of made a joke about this about there's no document just says hey we're going to take JFK out, but there probably is a document just like that. It's got behind 800 different encryptions, you know. Um, and so I guess what we've seen is that okay, sometimes things are there and it may be written in code. Let's just say that. Like you might be reading something and you not understand what you're reading, because it's written in a particular code. So I think that could be
I've
the case.
I've thought about that too. Um, for me, I catch a lot of weird spelling errors, and I catch a lot of names that are intentionally spelt wrong. I feel like like the FBI document
Hmm.
will say one thing, and then I'll go and look for that person. And when they wrote that document back in 1963, they didn't know that one day from home I'd be able to go on my computer and for $10 a month search your entire genealogy background, where you went to school, the whole 9 yards, right? Nobody ever
Hmm.
envisioned the internet, and I think that's a major blind spot for history prior to even the 1980s, like even up through 1990, I'd say, because that's when computer networking started to become a thing. Okay. But in 1963, do you really think that these motherfuckers had any idea that one day we'd be able to go online and pull documents about these guys' entire lives and what they did on certain days and what they had for breakfast? No way.
Probably not.
No way. And that shaped their behavior. That shaped the behavior because they thought if you destroy the documents, everything just goes away nice and neat and nobody knows nothing. But history has shown that to be incorrect.
Well, we're just the world is recently connected. Like for the most part, we've been disconnected for the most part of humanity. It's just over the past, what you say,
30
20
years.
years,
30, I
30
give it
years
30
that we've been
years.
connected.
So I
Yeah.
first had America Online in 1990, late 1993, because I went to college fall 94 was my first semester at college, and my fucking roommate had America Online, and his dad had gotten it for him the previous year. And I remember going to his place our senior year after school, and we'd go on the internet and spend 20 minutes downloading one naked fucking chick pic. You know what I mean? It would be like,
Oh yeah.
and we thought it was the greatest thing that ever was. It was unbelievable, right? So that's 30 years. That's 32 years. So I'd say
Yeah. So
35 tops. 35 years is it.
yeah, and if you want to, I'm gonna say since poor people have been connected to the rest of the world, I would say the past 15 years.
Bro, we got some broke ass Nigerians pulling crypto scams. I
That's
mean,
what I know now.
that's what happens when you connect to middle of nowhere. Shit.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers come for your crypto.
Hey, the Nigerians, they were out there getting what were they getting? They were getting unemployment and shit. Damn PPP loans. From California and Washington, all those blue ass states.
I swear to God, it's all that. If you made a list of all that stuff, it would fill a book. You could literally write a book of all the waste of our government. And like, if that's not reason enough never to pay your taxes, I don't know what is.
Dude, it's like it's incredibly stupid, is what it is. Like you just look through it and you're just like, this is dumb. And I know that we're supposed to be fruitful and multiply, okay? But damn, but the more I look at shit, I'm just look at folks and man, stop having kids, man. Just let this thing crash all the way out. Because everybody just get fixed and fuck it. You know what I'm saying? This will be the last generation, okay? Nothing else is happening. We just need to let it fall all the way out, which you might do anyway. I think America right now is at 1.6 as far as the birth rate per
So
woman. So
I don't
I
worry
think it's
about
supposed to be at
humanity.
2.1. I
I
think it's
don't worry
supposed to
about
be
humanity
2.1.
overall. Like, we have been brought to minimal populations a lot over the millennia. And so here's the thing: the Earth will be fucking fine, right? Like,
Oh
so
yeah, the Earth is. Man, all you got to do, like people be like, oh, the poor environment, the environment we're killing. I said, bud, don't worry. What you think is killing the environment, leave that building for 3 months. You'll go back to that motherfucker. Damn, the Earth will be done took that subject back over like that. You know what I'm saying?
he finds
It's
all
just
over that
waiting for you
shit.
to move. Yeah, but it'll engulf that shit. You just be like, it's like, man, what's it? And this used to be a nice place. I said, shit, ain't nothing but fucking weeds and damn trees now.
Tigers walking through and shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but I mean, people are they're sounding the alarm a lot about the replacement as far as replacement for humans, amount of babies we're having. We're at 1.6. God, I think there was a place that was like at point 0.8. I said, damn. I mean, they ain't having no kids. It's like shit. Somebody said, "Yeah, I got a baby." It's like, "What you doing? What's wrong with you?" I think it was somewhere in Asia. You know what I'm saying? They must not be able to fuck over there. They must not be good at fucking. Is that what the deal is? Is it?
Well,
Let somebody
well, I'm still open to
know.
having a kid. I'm 49. I'm still open to having a child, but means I'd have to run into some like, you know, hot younger woman who's very wealthy, and then we could do it.
I like it. You said hot younger woman that is wealthy.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yep. Then I'm
it's
good to
a,
go. Let's have like 5.
I mean, it said, I'm ready. I'm ready to do this thing. I'm ready to sow my wild oats. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, so 1.6, they say it's supposed to be 2.1 in order to properly replace.
Well, that's just above.
So,
That's just above replacement. I mean, you 2
yeah.
is replacement, but like, yeah, that's
Hmm.
just increasing. Um,
Yeah. Hmm.
but we ain't got to worry about nothing, man. Like between the Indians and the Chinese, we can have plenty of fucking people.
Well, Indian China and the Islamic folk. Will the entire world be Shara alone? I mean, they having like 8 kids.
I'm
It's an
just glad I'm not
influx.
being born today. I'm glad I was not born in like a recent generation.
He said, "I'm
Like,
glad my death is closer than my birth."
I mean, for real, dude, this world is a steaming pile of shit. And
Oh, but hey, just imagine, okay? You were born in 2004, 2005, okay?
you're fucked
You
if you
went
were born then, man. Shit.
your college years was the fucking disease that should not be named, so you weren't even able to have no fun.
What
Niggas
college
was probably
years?
having
They get
yeah,
out of
but
high school and these chicks are going on OnlyFans.
That's why I know, but I mean, just work with me here, okay? Your college years, you had to deal with diseases that should not be named, and then class with a mask. You probably went to your keg parties. They're like, "Have you took your shot?" You know what I'm saying? It used to be $5 a cup. Now it's like, "Let me see your your vax ID. Do you got your vaccination papers?" You know, you had to wear a mask at parties and shit like that. All the good stuff. You missed all the good stuff. You know, all that's ruined. And then you get to go out into this job market and they ain't shit for you. It's like they had the job report. They had the recent job report. They're like, man, job, man, it's not as good as we thought it was going to be. I'm like, y'all the one that keep telling me that it ain't gonna be no good because of AI. Is this not what we expect? We should expect the job growth to go to zero because of AI. Isn't that right? Isn't that what they telling me?
I watched a video yesterday
Robots
with
and
some
AI?
Indian dude telling me that 99% of humanity is going to be out of work. I'm like, really? I'm like, Siri's going to go build a bridge or build a building, or I don't think so.
Exactly. So we got Elon. He working on his robots, 30K a piece. If I'm correct, I think that's what he said. 30K a piece is definitely going to replace your ass. You know what I'm saying? So, um, should we not expect jobs to be going down? That's what y'all told me was going to happen. No, but you know what they said? They said, "Oh no, well, the job market will look different because AI will make different positions as far as different jobs for people to do." I'm like, yeah, for people who can learn, man, y'all think most of the motherfuckers walking around here gonna be able to learn that shit? Negative. They ain't even gonna be in the realm of it. You gonna need it. Look, if they ain't picking up a box and moving it, you know what I'm saying? If they ain't putting something in a bag, they ain't gonna be able to get it.
So here's another thing. Like, it might be regional or where you live that determines the attitude on this, but I don't know how much people will embrace going to like a grocery store where everything's robotic. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that. Even though if I'm in a hurry, I'll do the self checkout, but there's still somebody standing there to greet me and make me feel like it's a welcoming environment, right?
Nigga, well, where have you? What self checkout you been at? Every time I walk up to self checkout, there's somebody looking at you with scorn, like I hate being alive. It's to me. I go to self checkout. That one's open. That's what they look like. That one's open. You been at Walmart shit recently? Maybe the ones at Harris Teeter, they're a little bit more bubbly, but they just man, they about down and out. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I could be able to stop and have a conversation with them. They're
God
like
damn it! I'm sorry,
they
my
one
dogs are
step from
fucking going nuts.
it's
Shut
all right.
up!
We're stepping over the edge. But I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe we'll resist that, but
I gotta
maybe
fix the
we won't.
problem.
Okay, Corey's going. Corey's gonna handle that. And
Oh,
let's see right here. Oh, we got a Ranger Vault. He said there will be a big die off soon. Start planning now which women you want to save, what religion you want to make up. Ranger, you think after the die off we would save a few women and then make up a religion? I mean, what do you think the deity would be at that point in time? We'll have to have a main deity. And we'll have to have a story. We have to have people write stuff down and age it so it looks like it's ancient. So what would the religion be? Does anybody have any idea? Oh, Corey, you didn't hear me, but Ranger over on Rumble, he said there will be a big die off soon. Start planning now which women you want to save and what religion you want to make up. Oh,
why?
Ranger said I'm the God King. Ranger, we can't just give that to you. We got to have a vote, I
Yo,
think.
yo, yo, I've been waiting since that fucking COVID vaccine for everyone to drop dead, and it doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon. I feel cheated.
Well, no, the folks who died was the old motherfuckers already won't die. I mean, bud. Folks was like, "Oh man, folks were dying." I was like, "Yeah, they were all 80. What are we talking about, man?" Yeah, 80-year-olds die. Newsflash. I mean, don't want nobody telling me nothing new. I'm just like, come on now. Now, what's the religion we're gonna make up? That's what Ranger wants to know. Now, Ranger, we can't just crown you the God King. All right.
See, here's the thing. Like, as far as like a new global world religion that they'd be having for this new era of fucking, you know what I'm talking about, the Klaus Schwab era. I thought Scientology was going to come back into the deal and do something.
Scientology seems a little weak, doesn't it? Isn't it like dying down? It
It's a
doesn't even get
CIA
mentioned.
front. It'll never die out. It's a CIA front. It's a CIA real estate front.
Yeah, but it doesn't even get mentioned anymore.
That's their whole
Really?
plan. They like it that way.
Okay. Keeping it on the low. Listen, this is hey, we got them right where we want them. Is that what they saying, Corey?
Yep.
Are you looking something up?
Yep.
Scientology. Oh, since the dude from that '70s show, since he went to jail for alleged sexual assault, they kind of kept quiet.
Oh, the Danny Masterson?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what his deal is, but he must have talked or pissed somebody off because, you know.
Yeah, that usually doesn't happen.
Yeah, you got 6 victims who all have evidence. That don't mean nothing if you're fucking the right person.
It's evidence. It's like I've got evidence of something. It's like no, you don't. They lay it out in front of court. It's like, damn, boy, that's pretty hardcore evidence. Not guilty. It's like it's like my man on SVU when they busted into his damn apartment he had. The man had a shrine of draws. He had the license. He had photos of him meeting them in certain places. Had the date he did the deed, and they're like, "Well, you didn't have a warrant, so it's inadmissible." I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "But everybody's seen it." It's like, this is place. The shrine of draws. Their ID. He had like a trinket from him. Somebody had a bracelet, everything right there. Well, it's inadmissible. He didn't get the right paperwork. I'm like,
Well, we have a constitution to protect us from police overreach. And here's the thing, believe it or not, the Constitution holds up very, very well in most cases when it comes to unlawful search and seizure and that kind of stuff. The courts are pretty strict on that kind of thing, which is really good.
right, and that's why it's like, man, y'all really fucked up because all of us know he guilty as fuck now. mean, but we can't do anything about it.
Well, then the cops look
I
for a
see.
back door, knowing they got stuff they can't use. They look for other links to it that makes it readmissible. Sometimes they can pull that off. So there's tricks. They got
Oh,
tricks.
okay. Do a little trickery, We like a little trickery out here. There ain't no doubt about that. That reminds me of I watched a movie today, a new movie, The Black Bag. It's got Michael Fassbender as the. Uh, can I say he's a protagonist? I don't even know. It was like a um not military, but a government ops type drama, psychological thriller is what it was. And so pretty much there was 6 people, and they were all trying to fuck each other over. But like Michael Fassbender was like the smartest one out of all of them. Like, part of the movie, there was like because his dad was part of this government agency, whatever that he was part of, and he got his dad to confess some shit on tape without his dad knowing, and threw his ass in jail. And it's like, man, that must have been really traumatic for you. He's like, no, not really. I was 37 years old when I did that. He's like, no, not really. But it's actually a pretty good movie. It's not fast paced, and I ain't gonna lie to you. For a lot of it, you're like, I'm trying to because it was all centered around a piece like it usually is a piece of technology that got out that can be it when put into the wrong hands. This piece of technology that could go in and infiltrate a nuclear facility and
Oh
cause it
my
to have a
god.
meltdown.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh, it's like It's like 2025 and they biting off plots from 1970 fucking 2 again. Come on with some shit. We don't want no spies and nuclear shit and the Russians and fuck you. I'm so over
No.
Hollywood.
Corey. It could cause a nuclear meltdown, not send nukes off.
Oh, it's the same thing.
But
Nuclear. The
it
word
did have
nuclear
something
is
to do
in
with
it.
Russia though. But
Okay, I hope people realize this is CIA propaganda. Anytime you hear anything, like I swear to God, last night I was flipping through Amazon Prime looking for something to watch, and it was like 12 fucking shows in a row that were fucking law enforcement,
all of them are.
counterintelligence. Motherfucker, everything's pissing me off today. Fix camera.
Hey, this is on Amazon Prime. Black Bag.
Whatever. I'm fucking over it.
Yeah, but it ended up. I thought it was a pretty decent movie. Me and my girlfriend was trying to figure out what was going on, because it's centered around this couple, and they're like, you know, everybody in the agency said, "Oh, this is y'all's weak spot. Y'all do anything for each other," and so there was different people trying to attack their relationship from different angles inside the actual government agency, while at the same time somebody trying to infiltrate and steal this piece of technology to cause a nuclear meltdown.
100% of these shows is fucking propaganda. Most of it's Israeli propaganda under the guise of American counterintelligence entertainment. Like fuck every single last one of these fucking shows. Remember, like 24? That was like the worst propaganda of them all. Because remember, there was like an episode where he's like, "Oh, we got to cut the guy's head off." And so what does he do? They cut the guy's head off. And why'd they do it? Oh, in the name of national security. Suck my fucking dick. It's a way for them to justify in the minds of the population the government doing anything in the name of national security. Blow me. I fucking despise all that shit. All those shows, all shows that are about a position of authority, except for maybe those fireman shows, because they just want you to like firemen because somebody in the government's likable, right? And so it's got to be the fireman because everyone else sucks. And so other than that, every fucking show in the world that's goddamn cops or fucking detectives, FBI, CIA, I don't care what it is authoritative propaganda. Period.
Well, okay, so if we can move past it being authoritative and propaganda in nature, it's a pretty decent movie. I mean, if I can slightly look past that, all right, just for the sake of the entertainment aspect,
I'm still trying to figure out.
Pretty good psychological.
I'm still trying to figure. I'll check it out. I'm sure I won't like it, but I will because I'll be like, it's propaganda. But I'm trying to figure out what's the propaganda angle of like Dexter, because I just watched that new Dexter series that finished up, and it was pretty good. Everyone gets killed, of course, and it's like, yeah, they got killed, and so what's the purpose of that propaganda? Because it's not just entertainment; there's a propaganda aspect to all of it. So what is it in that? I wonder.
No, it's just strict entertainment. There's almost too much. Corey, there's almost
they can't allow you to have an escape.
Saturation. There's so much saturation in media. You see, I think it was more targeted years ago when we didn't have this oversaturation. I just think too many niggas got cameras now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just think that's what it is. And so all they're doing is just working off of what they know from the past and kind of reimagining it. And they don't even realize what they're doing. That's what I believe. Because hot damn, we got 15 different streaming services, and all of them got their own shows. They're in their own movies. I want to know where all this money's coming from. Because they damn sure ain't making none. Not that I can see. And that's like, oh, advertising. But somebody got to be running out of money somewhere. What?
There's always money for propaganda. I'm not even kidding, dude. Them woke fucks with all their NGOs will funnel money to HBO under a fucking shadow company to make some gay fucking shit. You don't think someone was getting paid to make all that gay shit from the fucking HBO and all that stuff? No, give me a fucking break. Yes, they were.
Corey, they just want to switch it up. They want to make sure that they have proper representation.
I don't give a goddamn fuck about representation. Nobody gives a fuck about your representation. The people with the money don't want representation. Fuck representation.
See, Corey, that's unfair.
How about whoever has the money to make the film and write the film and do what he wants has the ability to put whoever the fuck he wants in the film without representing fucking
Okay.
nobody.
It's like, yeah, but you need a gay guy, a gay girl, and 2 midgets. And a redhead. It's like, man, everything looks good here except I'm missing the 2 gay dudes, 1 lesbian, and 3 midgets. It's like I don't have anywhere to put them in this movie. It's like you're gonna have to rewrite the script.
You see,
I
I
think
feel
that's what
bad
it
for
goes
midgets
through.
because DEI screwed midgets. It seems DEI didn't help no
Yeah,
midgets,
yeah.
not at all. How many?
No, nobody's ever cared about midgets.
Oh, let me find out why.
Look, hey,
What
that's one thing.
percentage
That's
of midgets is white?
yeah, about all of them, ain't it?
I'm looking. That's what I'm thinking.
And it about
80%.
them.
No, that's not
That's
wrong.
what it's
I'm
about.
looking at something else.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Let's
know, but I
see.
have a feeling it's a lot.
Why midgets? There's got to be at least 98% of midgets that are white. I've seen like 1 black midget. Maybe I've seen 2.
There's that one that was in all those comedies. He was in I'm Gonna Get You,
Yes.
Sucker. That guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the only one. It's like it's any other black midgets. Oh, I seen. Oh, no, there was another one because it was it came across my X feed. He was talking to the chick that does OF. Was it R Julia or whatever? He's like 3 foot tall. I don't know what he's famous for. I can't think of his name. So I know 2
Are there
right
some midget
offhand.
OnlyFans chicks?
There's most definitely is, but I don't know anything about him. But I think in the wild, I've seen probably about 10 midgets, and all of them in white. And most of them have been women. Which I guess women already have a disposition to be shorter, so
Not
it would
that
be
much
more
shorter
likely
though.
they would be midgets. Yeah, they got a disposition to be shorter, man.
Like 5'3", I think is like the average woman, right?
Maybe. That's short, dude. You see somebody online, you'd be like, "Oh, okay." And then you see him in person, it's like, "Hot damn, you don't even look like the same person." It's like if you went and stood beside what's that? Kevin Hart. What's Kevin Hart? 5'4". Like 5 foot 5 inches tall. Like you see him, you see him on TV. He looks like a regular person. You just stand beside him. You're like, damn, dude, you're tiny. And that happens with a lot of our movie stars. Isn't who was the other one? I think John Claude Van Damme. I think he was. Oh no, he wasn't that short. He's 5'10". Who was I thinking about? Was it Tom Cruise? Tom Cruise short.
He's pretty short, but I'm thinking he's like 5'7" or something.
5'7", 5'7". That's natural enough. I was trying to think of the other person who was short. Oh, like okay, Sylvester Stallone. Like how big he is? He 5'10". You think he's 6'5"?
Stallone is 5'10".
Yep. You
Huh.
you think he was a damn gargantuan big motherfucker? He
One of my
5'10".
ex-girlfriends met him, and she said that he was a shrimp. So I didn't realize he was 5'10".
Mhm. Yep. That's not miniature. You know what I'm saying? That's a respectable height. But that's one thing that you can dog on people about. Um, and nobody has a problem with it. Their height, even though they can't control it at all. But you can dog on people about it.
I
Which I
guess.
don't know. Maybe that's just. I hear it all the time. I mean, it's a social stigmatism. Well, I cuss tall people. That's what I do. I got a lot of tall people where I work at,
How tall are you?
and I cut. I ain't but 5'8".
Oh, you motherfucker! No, you no. Okay, man. Okay, you're about to shatter my image of you. Okay, you like 6'1".
Nope, I am short, dude. I'm 6'8". Oh boy, if I was 6'1", oh my god, woo! Ooh, I ain't talking about nothing about no NBA, but on the basketball court, niggas would be in trouble if I was 6'1". I'm just letting you know, because I can give you a bucket right now today with my short ass and old ass. If I was 6'1", they'd be like, man, I ain't fucking with that dude. I'm just letting you know. But that's it. God, that's why I cuss the boys at work. I got a bunch of boys at work, 6'2", 6'4". I said, man, fuck you, man. It's like, why? I was like, because I'm short and I play basketball. And you're tall and you don't play basketball. And so that offends me. You know what I'm saying? So I get offended. I need to borrow your height. I need to do like the Monstars. And we got some type of, ain't we built something yet where we can, you know, switch bodies or whatever they talk about?
That's
We
so
ain't built that
dumb.
yet.
Never gonna happen. Ever. Never. Never.
Switch consciousness.
No. Not
There
happening.
was a movie. There was a movie about that on Netflix. We watched it. It was actually pretty fucking wild. Dude had a machine, and he hooked it up to you, and when he flipped the switch, your consciousness would change into different bodies. And they were playing the game, and the game was to see if they could tell whose body who went into. The problem is that two of them started having sex and then fell off the damn second floor balcony and died. So now your body's dead. You're like, that's me down here dead right now. And then it just fell apart from there. It fell apart from there. Was
Yeah.
it
So
What Lies Beneath?
the
I think
notion
that's
of
what it was.
the notion of your consciousness being able to like go anywhere from where it's at is to me beyond ridiculous. Like your
It's a,
consciousness isn't just something quantifiable you can upload to a computer. Your consciousness is
that's
affected by the temperature of the room, the humidity, the gases in the atmosphere, um, you know, the scars of our past, right? Um, if you have a physical injury and a limp and a pain in your fucking right knee for your whole goddamn life, that shapes your consciousness. All these factors are non-quantifiable. Period. So how the fuck are you going to feel in a computer if you can't tell what temperature it is in the room anymore? It's going
hmm.
to affect your consciousness big time, right? So anyone who's ever fucking taken LSD knows that consciousness isn't static. It's fluid. And there's a lot of factors that play into it. You know, who you are right
Hmm.
now is fucking made by the shadows of the past. And those things that affect you or affected you, particularly in a physical manner, aren't going to affect you in a computer. So therefore, the consciousness won't be the same. It's so stupid. It's so ridiculous. What do you got to have an external digital thermometer to know what temperature it is, to know if you should feel hot or cold, to know if you should, be uncomfortable or not? Give me a fucking break. It's ridiculous. Your consciousness flows through your toes as much as it does your brain, So the idea that they can just upload you is stupid. Never gonna fucking happen. It's dumber than going to the moon.
Come on, Corey. Can't be dumber than that. Going to the moon?
It's pretty stupid.
You don't know they feel like they may be able to. You know there's some people working on it, Corey.
I don't give a fuck. That's because they like to spend our money.
Yeah, but they got to work on it though. Because they're trying to figure out how to live forever. Isn't that what we seen in the Alien series with Wayland? In the original Prometheus, he was trying to figure out how to live forever. That's why he went and tried to find these fuckers who allegedly made us. So
Yes.
that's the scope of it, of wanting and trying to live forever. We've had multiple movies where people are trying to find some magic elixir or something like that so they can live forever. I'm like, you really want to be around here that long? You be looking like damn Highlander out here. Duncan MacLeod be damn sad and shit. You know what I'm saying? Live for 300 years. I done had 80 wives die. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you be like, damn, man, this shit is trash. That's the only thing I'm saying. is that do you really want to be around for 300 years? You know, Corey, they say this is written down in the text, in the sacred text. People living for 600 years and shit like that. I'm like, 600? That's what they say.
Mm, yeah.
Maybe there was a
So,
mistranslation on that,
um,
but they say they were living for like 700 years.
so like that's like the biggest problem that I have with um, Christianity and its doctrine. I like, hey, everybody be good to each other. Don't fuck your neighbor. Don't fuck your neighbor's wife. Whatever the fuck. Don't steal and all that bullshit. Right? That's all good stuff. Love it.
Hmm.
Do all that stuff. But like Christianity in particular asks us to disregard what our eyes and our ears and senses have taught us about the world throughout our entire lives, and to just think that people can walk on water and turn water to wine and fucking resurrect from the fucking dead. Like, this stuff is not possible. Our senses and our experience tell us exactly how the fucking world works, and none of that is part of it. And so the Bible tries to get us to ignore our own experience. And so that to me is overwhelmingly offensive. Um, so I understand if people were to embrace Christianity from a philosophical perspective, sure, but the ins and outs, they didn't fucking happen, and people cling to the myth that it did happen, and so that's where I kind of have to draw the line with certain things.
Well, somebody was talking about the Bible and the miracles and stuff in that, and they were asking, why we're not seeing any of these miracles today. It's like, why? I mean, why did you shut the well off with the miracles?
Yeah, there are no miracles. There is only statistical probabilities.
Oh, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
If you win
okay.
that fucking lottery, it ain't a miracle. It is a
Which two people
statistical
did?
probability. Yeah.
Two people did.
It's funny because I even looked at that
None in
fucking.
California.
I
None
looked
in
at that shit
California.
yesterday, and I'm like, man, 1.8 billion. I'm like, it's worth $10. I think the most I ever spent on like Powerball, I think I spent like $20 one time. But your odds are so slim. It's like,
It is slim, but hot damn, boy, if you hit, man, it's like you might go cry. I
what are
might go
those?
and cry for a little bit.
I mean, couldn't you like statistically, probability wise, if you do the math on it and you're like, okay, if I spend X amount of dollars, I have an X percentage chance of getting one of the prizes, whether it's 4, 5, or 6 numbers, right? And you can
Yeah,
do a
uh-huh.
formulation, and you should be able to do a basically near guaranteed profit based on a calculation, right? I know a company did that recently, and it bought like millions and millions of tickets. It spent like $20 million on tickets, and it had come to the conclusion that it had like a 1 in 3 chance of winning like the big Powerball or the big lottery based on the number of
Mhm,
tickets that it bought. It didn't end up getting the big prize, but it got like the second or third. So that got me
mhm.
thinking. That's a pretty interesting business model. Playing the lottery is based on statistics.
No. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could, but, that's why they won't let people run their credit card on the shit. Like, so if I'm trying yeah. So if you go up there and you accidentally run your credit card and buy a lottery ticket and the cashier's not paying attention and you do win, they will not accept it.
Well, I
You
understand.
cannot
I
buy it on
understand that.
credit. Mhm. Yeah, because otherwise, niggas would be maxing out all kind of credit cards.
That's kind of funny because to me, man, like push comes to shove, I get the feeling that Bitcoin's going to go for a ride, and I'm going to max my credit cards in Bitcoin. I'll be picking up like a chunk of Bitcoin at a time if I ever think that's the case.
Yeah.
You know, Shit, wait a week, sell
It's
half of it, and pay off your credit cards. You know what I mean?
yeah, there you go.
So I'm surprised more people aren't doing that.
I don't
It's
think,
it's almost worth it to take a loan for like 50 grand, buy half of Bitcoin, and then just
and then ride it out.
yeah, because honestly, it's no different than guaranteeing your position and being able to pay it off over time. Like there's no difference. So it's
Okay.
worth it. It's worth it in every fucking way, shape, or form. Although I don't think we're having this bull run, this massive fucking Bitcoin anytime soon. I think the market is not in a position to do that because the economy is fucking crumbling beneath it. You know what I mean? I've never ever seen any asset be a safety asset for people when the stock markets go down. They don't pull their money out of stocks and put it into gold or this. They take their money and they put it into cash, right? And so I'm not seeing as the market goes down and the economy fucking crumbles and the housing market falls apart, which is in the works. Um, People aren't going to a safe haven; they're going to hold on to their cash. That's what's going to happen. So I don't see
Right,
this.
right, right,
I
right.
do not see this $150,000-$200,000 Bitcoin anytime soon. And we've had this pretty damn big bull run. 60 doubled, 60 something, 120 something, right? Once people come to realize it's not going to hit those big numbers in this run, then that's when people start shifting money into other assets. Like the altcoins are having, they're not really blowing up, but they're a lot of money shifted from Bitcoin into Ethereum and some other things. So I think
I
that's
think
what's,
Solana kicked up some. Solana ticked up some.
Solana kicked up some, but it's back to where it was about $200. It's okay. So anybody out there who just wants to trade and make some fucking money, Solana looks like the single greatest trading asset I've ever seen. It is constantly bouncing from 160, 170 to 200 and back again, like nonstop. It's just what it does. So, but yeah, I think that we're not having that big bull run, and sentiment will chill over time. Gold's doing well, so you'll have more people rushing into gold, and I think you might even see the sub $100,000 Bitcoin this month, which would probably be the prime buying opportunity. I'll probably pick up another 1,000 if it does that. So
Okay, if it drops below that 100. I think the
yeah,
last time I seen, I think it's at 110, if I'm correct.
honestly, I think
Hold
that's
on,
a
let me
very
check.
reasonable price. I'd say it's probably even a little high. So here's the thing. Here's the problem. In the past, these bull runs start and then they culminate with a bunch of overexcitement and the market goes to numbers that it never should have been at, and then it cools back
Mhm.
down. Like when it hit $20,000 back in the day, it never should have hit $20,000. Like it just wasn't worth it, and like the sentiment really should have been maybe 8 to 10,000, but no, people got caught up in the hype, and that's why when you look at the logarithmic charts, you'll see these three specific peaks over the history of Bitcoin. Those peaks are abnormally high, right? And so people are expecting us to go to that abnormally high peak again, but this latest run is very programmatic, meaning it looks like bot trading. When you look at an
Mhm.
exchange and you watch somebody trading, when you look at bots trading, if there's a lot of bots, you can tell because of the shape of the candles and how everything is moving. So when you look at the logarithmic chart for Bitcoin, the last like year and a half looks like a step. It's a step ladder, right? And you don't ever see a step ladder on the logarithmic chart ever, because you get
Right.
that period of overindulgence. And so it has a massive peak and then a fall down, right? That's what's created the elliptical curve shape of it. But we're in different times. We're in different times. And so we just saw some major market manipulation. Um, and like I said, the fucking ETFs and the people who are holding all these millions of Bitcoin, I don't see how it benefits them for, I mean, obviously the valuation of it going up to 10x, going to $1,000,000. Yeah, of course they're going to make money, but they are making money hand over fist through fees, through all kinds of service fees, through trading, right? So I don't think they give a fuck or are in any hurry to force the price up to $1,000,000. And it seemed like once the price started getting too high, they dumped and went into Ethereum, right? And what are they going to do? If Ethereum goes right back up and gets too high, they're going to dump that and they're going to go back into Bitcoin, right? So
Mhm.
Solana doesn't seem to be on their radar as of yet. But Solana, I don't see as having a problem going to $1,000. Um, that's very reasonable. And honestly, I see 2,000 as a pretty. I see 2,000 for a Solana as a price target over the next like 3 years. I'd say
Okay.
3 to 5 years, which is
Well, we
great for
got
independent media token because as Solana goes up, the value of our token goes up because of the way the liquidity
right,
pool works. So that's great
right.
for us.
Now Bitcoin is currently at 111. Let's see what else we got here. Solana is currently at 204.75. That's what it's currently at. And Ethereum is currently at $4,287.
I first bought Ethereum at $7.
Okay. Okay.
I sold
Who
it at
else we got up
15 and thought
here?
I made a killing, and I did at the time. What did I know?
Man said I made me a killing. But I know, what was it? It wasn't that long ago. Solana was down to about 120, so it's jumped back up.
Solana at 120 is a buy. See, here's the thing. When I look at certain, let me look at the list, because there's some things on here that, first off, let me just say this: gold's market cap is 22 trillion. That literally means Bitcoin needs to 10x in order to surpass gold. Gold's going to continue to go up. That means Bitcoin will at some point in time surpass the valuation of gold. And so what you're guaranteed the $1 million+ Bitcoin. It's like not even a question. For Bitcoin to reach parity with gold, you're looking at over the $1 million Bitcoin, and even higher if gold continues to go up. This is going to happen. So the whole crypto market is $3.8 trillion, right? There's
Mhm.
fucking $4 quadrillion worth of tradable assets in the goddamn world. Like Bitcoin and crypto, I don't care if it's $110,000. It is a drop in the bucket. Drop in the bucket. And so right now it's still early adoption era. It's dipping your toe in it, right? So
Right, because
it's
it's not global yet. To be honest, like there's still a very small percentage of people overall that has any crypto at all.
right.
Period.
So Ethereum being at $4,200, you know, expect it when the whole market go. Let's say the whole market goes up 10x, so Bitcoin can parity gold, which is totally reasonable. Just add a zero to every crypto you got here. You know, that's almost a $9,000 BNB. That's a $2 Dogecoin. Give me a fucking break. I mean, like,
Come on, man. You want a little
now
Doge in your portfolio?
the question is how long to hit those numbers, and I'd say probably 5 to 7 years. And then I think
Okay.
even shorter for it to go higher,
So
between 7 and 10 years.
you thinking 2030 is that mark?
I'm thinking, we're going to continue to see. We're not going to. I don't think we're going to see bull runs like we're used to. We're going to see a slow, incremental step ladder, with pullbacks and all that stuff. But it's the corporate powers that have gotten involved now basically regulate the price. And here's the thing that people this is like exposes the utter hypocrisy in virtually all crypto people, because Bitcoin has functioned and done what it's supposed to do since day one. It does that function now better than ever, and that fucking function has zero to do with the price of Bitcoin. Okay? So everyone's a fucking hypocrite. Everyone is a
Mhm.
hypocrite, because Bitcoin is about breaking free from the financial system into a system that you do not need third-party permission to transact. That's it. It's censorship resistant money, and it fucking works. It's worked for over 10 fucking years, and the price of it doesn't mean a goddamn thing to people who need to be able to transact in something in an area where they can't transact or can't get a bank account or need to send money to North Korea for some fucking reason, but they can't, right? It
Mhm.
performs its functions perfectly. It doesn't get any better. It doesn't need to get any better. It's at the pinnacle of its fucking development. And every single person who thinks that the Bitcoin is going to fail or succeed based on its price is just absolutely ignoring the fundamentals and why it exists in the fucking first place. And that's everybody. So there you go. That's my rant on Bitcoin and its functionality for the day. And if you do want to find something to latch onto as far as its worth, I'd latch onto its transactional throughput, which is the amount of your local currency that flows through it in a day, or global currency in your the total amount of money in your local currency, right? So what's
Mhm.
Bitcoin's throughput? Bitcoin's throughput is huge, but you know what? Bitcoin transactions are at their lowest amount in like forever, because transactions are getting larger and people are sending less number of transactions. So usage of Bitcoin is down, whereas something like Solana has like all-time high fucking usage out of every chain, with rare exception days. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
all
because
people.
you because it's easy to create on the Solana chain.
Yeah,
So that's the premise of Solana is for you
right.
to create on it. Correct? Am I correct on in that with
That's
that
correct.
logic?
That's absolutely
Mhm.
correct. And the reason that Solana came about was because it smokes Ethereum, and Ethereum is such a joke. Like, first of all these other blockchains other than Bitcoin are 100% centralized. They're not decentralized at all. They function in a decentralized manner, but they are not decentralized. They're controlled by centralized organizations. The Ethereum Foundation, the Solana guys work for fucking Oracle, remember? So like,
Mhm.
you got all these. These are not decentralized things at all. And Ethereum is the proof of that because Ethereum came out and it was pretty interesting, and the code was dog shit. And the first DApp they were going to launch was the DAO, a digital autonomous organization, which was at the time people really didn't understand what that meant, but now it's really just a series of smart contracts that does function so a person doesn't have to click a button, right? That's pretty much all they are. And so the code was so shoddy that there was a $60 million of Ethereum in the DAO fund that got fucking hacked and stolen. Right.
Mm.
That was a massive amount of the percentage of the supply because $60 million back then in Ethereum, when Ethereum was like $2, that's a huge portion of the supply. So what did they do? They fucking went in and they rolled back the chain, which proves it is not is a decentralized chain. It is not immutable. It is completely controlled by the fucking Ethereum Foundation. And so they rolled back the chain to undo the hack, right? They
The
went to
theft.
the theft.
Mhm.
They rolled back the chain to the block before the hack, and they did what's called a hard fork. Let me make this really clear. You hard fork any coin and it's not the same coin, because it means that the people who are transacting before the fork can't transact with the new fork. Okay, their coins have become
Hmm.
worthless. Yeah, it's a different project entirely now. Here's where they get you. When you fork a chain, you're basically copying the previous blockchain. And so all of the coins that were issued on the previous blockchain are now mirrored on the new chain. Okay. So Roger Ver, perfect example. Scammer, scumbag. People support this fucking douchebag, but like he tried to hijack the Bitcoin blockchain outright and steal it for his own. He created Bitcoin Cash. And what he did was he forked Bitcoin, created Bitcoin Cash. He ran it almost entirely, and it's still run almost entirely on Amazon Web Servers. And in the process of doing that, he copied all the coins that were on the Bitcoin blockchain into the Bitcoin Cash blockchain. So he had somewhere, nobody knows, a couple 100,000 Bitcoin is what is believed. 300,000, I think, was the peak that he had or something, but that's the rumors. He had a ton. So when he copied his chain and forked it over to Bitcoin Cash, he instantly received an equal amount of Bitcoin Cash as he had Bitcoin because he copied the chain. So he instantly printed billions of dollars for himself out of thin air by forking the chain and creating Bitcoin Cash. You see what I'm saying? That's how forking a chain works. And so, but when you fork a chain, those original tokens that function on the original chain do not work on the new chain. That's why Bitcoin
Mhm.
always, no matter what, has to function on a soft fork. A soft fork is reverse compatible. So when you update the code, and in order to gain the new features of the software, you need to update to the new version. But the old versions are equally as compatible, but they might not have the same newer features as some of the new protocols, right? If you have a Bitcoin wallet from day one, it needs to work with Bitcoin wallets from 100 years from now, right? And
Okay.
so,
Okay.
these people who try to hijack the Bitcoin blockchain tried to hard fork the chain, increase the block size, and then call it Bitcoin. And they tried to get all of the fucking miners and the users to update to their new software and then continue to call the project Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? It was a total failure. Roger Ver and his Bcash got fucking rejected. And then you got the guys over at BitPay who came about with Segwit 2x. All right, so these are known as the block size wars. And the block size wars, I had a front row seat. I was working with the World Crypto Network, and we were broadcasting like 8-hour fucking streams about this stuff all the time. It was really an amazing piece of fucking history to live through. But so sorry to hijack the show into a Bitcoin history
It's
lesson,
all
but
good.
this is going to morph into what's going on in Bitcoin today. Okay, so at this time, when you have during the block size wars, Luke Dash Jr. came up with a solution, and he called it segregated witness. And what segregated witness did was, you have a block, and in that block, it's crammed. It's only a megabyte, right? But out of that megabyte, it's crammed with header and footer data that was taking up space where transactional data should have been. So Luke Dash Jr. found a way to remove all that data and put it in its own like sub block, which is very interesting. And so it freed up an immense amount of space to where they don't even consider it block size anymore. It's block weight. And fundamentally, and then it's kind of shiftable and malleable depending on the transaction size. So it's really an amazing thing. It was really brilliant how he did it. And so they did a soft fork, launched segregated witness, and it's taken about 7 or 8 years for segregated witness to become adopted, and it's at like 90 something percent. It's integrated into the new code. I mean, it's just segregated witness is how it is now, and it was a democratic adoption. And Bitcoin is really the only democracy in the fucking world, because it's up to the users and the miners to pick the software they use that determines Bitcoin's viability. And so this is amazing because this connects to today. There's a huge debate going on right now. They're calling it a Bitcoin civil war. And it's a genuine civil war because they're about to come out with Bitcoin version 30, which is the software the miners and node runners will use to process transactions. However, they have done something where they have changed. See, right now you can't really put inscriptions on Bitcoin. They tried to come out with these things where you could sign Bitcoin and you could put little things on it. And it was a waste of fucking space and time. You want that? Go put it on your shitcoin, right? Don't fuck with Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
And so the thing that saved Bitcoin really is there's two things. One is that the limit of file size for spam is only like 80 bytes, right? So it was really difficult. And so Luke Dash Jr., who created segregated witness, he came up with another Bitcoin protocol not created by the core team. He was on the core team, but he left. Now he created the NOTS protocol, and the NOTS protocol is more customizable. You have a lot more feature-rich stuff for people who know what they're doing, who are running nodes and miners and stuff. And it eliminates all that inscriptions and all the extra garbage on the Bitcoin blockchain, right? It just eliminates it. No alternative protocol has ever gotten above like 2 or 3% adoption, and NOTS is at like 18% or something fucking ridiculous, right? It's actually looking like NOTS could replace the core development team, which is unfucking heard of. And I can't believe that I support this, because I've been the biggest supporter of the core development team forever. But on this version 30, they want to increase the op return, I think it's called op return, limit to 100 kilobytes from 8 bytes or from 80 bytes, right? So they want to,
Mm-hmm.
what this means is somebody could put child porn, literally the entire hash of child porn, in a Bitcoin block, and then somebody could store that in their miner not knowing, and then the cops could come and raid your fucking house because you got child porn on your
Oh
blockchain.
shit!
Yes, that's the worst case scenario of this increase in the op return limit. So see, people who are buying and selling Bitcoin don't talk about this shit. They don't know nothing about this shit, right? This is the fundamentals of what makes Bitcoin viable at all, right? Because if so, coming up, what you're going to see is when version 30 comes out, you're going to see whether or not people are going to go to NOTS entirely, or if they're going to go along with V30, or if V30 is going to remove that feature because nobody fucking wants it. So none of the guys who were involved with Core back in the day during the segregated witness times, I think almost none of them are still involved with the Core team, right? Who are people who are considered Core team, because it's not really a team. It's just the guys who've been around the longest, who've submitted the most code, who've kind of become like accepted as the guys who are the arbiters of the chain. So yeah, but it's going to be fascinating. The Bitcoin politics is blowing up right now with this debate, and yeah, it's amazing to see what's going to happen in the next couple of months. Because if they go with version 30, if most people decide to go with V30, and then the Bitcoin blockchain gets all choked up with spam and bullshit, it can cause some serious fucking problems, and then there goes your fucking investment. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's way more important than people realize if they give a fuck about Bitcoin and what it's supposed to do.
Okay. Okay. Well, what? I mean, it would take a lot to get people to wrap their head around Bitcoin and moving a majority of their money into something like that in the crypto. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like there is a learning curve of getting into it, and people are sloppy. You know what I'm saying? People are sloppy as fuck. You know.
So I've been distributing. We just finished the first distribution of the independent media tokens to content creators, and I distributed so far it's 24 million. I got one, no, maybe like 17 million. I got a couple left to go, but
Mhm.
in doing so, I'm dealing with a bunch of people who never dealt with crypto before. So I'm like walking them through how to write down their 12 words, right? Their seed phrase. Because you ain't got your 12
Mhm.
words, your shit might as well be out the window. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so most people don't realize that your entire life savings could be dependent on you storing 12 words somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah. Yeah. If you lose those 12 words and for some reason you don't remember how to get into the program you're on, then yeah, every bit every bit of money that you've ever had is gone
Gone.
into the ether.
Yeah,
It's
I
like you
can't tell
never
you.
worked.
I mean, they say that there's about 4 million Bitcoin permanently lost right now. I think the number when it's all said and done and all 21 million are issued, I think it's going to end up being closer to like 10 million. I think there's about 8 million fucking Bitcoin that haven't moved in like fucking 8 years that nobody knows what their deal is. I mean, it's like, what?
It's just hanging out.
Just
It's
hang,
probably lost.
all of
Nobody
the
they don't. Mhm.
all this Bitcoin talk we've been hearing about and like the exchanges and the fucking ETFs and like all the news and all, dude, we're talking about the movement of maybe 3 million Bitcoin, maybe tops.
Right.
The rest of them are just sitting there and nobody knows why.
Not moving, not doing anything. Yes.
Not doing shit.
It's probably because they're gone. They just folks are like, damn, I know I had Bitcoin at one point in time. Where's my wallet at? Shit, what's my 12 words? They just been typing. They've been typing away. They're like tiger, lima, Zulu, helicopter. Fuck, what's my damn words? You said that, but he said, man, I got 5,000 of the things. Hold on a second. How much you say it was worth? 111,000. Oh shit. Let me. Oh, I don't even know. I don't know my first. I don't know my first word because I bought them 15 years ago. I mean, that's what it would be. And then when it came out in 2010, isn't that
Yeah.
right?
It was like
Yeah.
2009, but yeah, 2010.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like, man, I bought some of that shit 15 years ago. And they're like, hold on a second. How much I buy again? 10,000 of them. Oh shit! I got some money. No, you don't. You ain't
No,
got nothing.
it's hilarious. I saw, people like to put up repost stuff from like 10 years ago from Twitter, little
Hmm.
JPEGs and stuff. And this
Oh
one
yeah.
post was this one guy posted, man, I just got into Bitcoin and I got in too late. I only got 600 of them. There was a time when 600 of them was worth like $20. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what
So,
I'm saying. He said you only got 600. It's like, Bo, you good. Like you beyond good right now. You could actually sell some of that and buy you some assets. You know what I'm saying? Some physical assets. If those hold up over time. Uh, we're still. I think that the Fed dropped interest rates a little bit, Corey.
did
What it
they?
was it 16 points?
I don't give a fuck. You can't
I
afford
think
a
it was.
house.
I think it was 16 points. So how many points? The Fed. Okay, cut rates. Let's see. Hold on. 24. Okay, I'm sorry. They cut it by 0.25 percentage points this month. I don't even know what that doesn't even mean nothing. What's that supposed to mean? Like folks were jumping up and down. They're like, "Oh man, they cut rates." I was like,
Here's the deal. Like everyone, like people in real estate think that shit's going to go up because they're cutting rates or they're plan on cutting rates. Well, because everyone's broke and nobody has a job and everything sucks. So they're going to cut rates. That ain't mean that your $600,000 house is only worth $200,000 is going to sell.
Nobody still ain't buying that shit.
No, like, okay, so this is a good one. I went and looked up the house that I bought in 2010. I bought a brand new construction house in 2010 for 138,000. My mortgage with everything was only $800 a month. I should have kept that fucking house. Today, that fucking house last sold in October of last year for 356,000.
I guarantee ain't shit been done to it.
Ain't shit. It ain't worth that much either. I mean, it was a small house. It was a good house. You know, maybe today I could see it being worth 200, 225 tops. But
Mhm.
356 a year ago, these people are fucking crazy. Crazy. And that's another thing. Like, another reason we're not going to the moon with Bitcoin anytime soon is because the economy is fucking crashing. Like, housing
Right.
is, here's the thing, and I don't know if fucking Warren Buffett, I don't know why Warren Buffett did this, or if he did it for appearances, or I don't know, understand people who have billions of dollars, but it is clear as day that the house builders are panicking, and they have more inventory that they've ever fucking had, and they have contracts to have even more built throughout next year.
Oh, yeah.
um this is unsustainable. I mean, it's financially unsustainable. There's going to be a housing crash that's tied to every other bubble that we have we're going on right now.
Yeah, because who's buying it?
But
That's I mean, that's
Warren Buffett just bought into two of the biggest housing builders in the country, which is signaling to everybody there's going to be a housing boom. But there can't be a housing boom because niggas is broke, dude.
that's what I'm saying. Niggas is broke. I mean, I mean, that's just all there is to it. It's like, oh man, the housing market gonna take off. I'm like, how? Niggas is broke. Okay, I mean, that's just all there is to it. I don't give a fuck if they cut rates by down back down to 4%. Niggas still broke. You know what I'm saying? That's just all there is to it. Cause you know why? The sellers are gonna be like, "Oh, I can get some more money out of this house now." From what? Ain't nobody's wages go up. If you look at the amount of inflation that we had from 2021 through 2024, ain't nobody's wages go up. Nobody's.
You know, and you buy one of these houses. Like, of course, I'm always looking at real estate, particularly in Denver and in Las Vegas. And I was looking at rentals. Like, what does it cost if I wanted to rent a nice house, 2-story, like 3-bedroom, like a big ass 2,500 square foot house? What would that cost me? And I found some places that were pretty fucking nice and near new construction for between like 2,500 and 2,800 a month. If I
Mhm.
were to attempt to buy that house, you could tack $1,000 onto that. So what's the benefit to try to buy that house if I can rent it for $1,000 cheaper a month? And then if I don't like it, I can leave in a year or two.
Yeah.
I don't see a benefit. Now, here's the thing. I get the American dream. I get owning stuff. But with the way property taxes work and all that other shit and insurance, you don't ever really own your shit anyway. And if you have a nice house, you might end up paying in insurance and taxes what you'd pay to rent a fucking house in the first place. Like, so from a
And that's
financial perspective, it doesn't seem like you have much. It doesn't seem like there's much benefit to owning other than you have the illusion of it's yours.
well, you see, that's what people try to tell me. They're just like, "Hey, I bought my house for 150. Now it's worth 300,000. I've got all this equity and all this stuff." I look at him, I'm like, "Dog, you don't have shit, man. You just got somewhere to stay. Like that's it. That's all you got. All these motherfuckers." But I said, "Okay, so technically you bought it for 150. Okay, all right, you bought it for 150. How much interest did you pay on the house? Because when you bought it for 150 and you end up paying it off, you didn't pay 150. All right." Ain't nobody lending you no money at 0% APR for 30 years. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't happening. So how much did you actually pay for the house? Okay, so you tell me that, okay, maybe I did end up paying, $285,000 for the house, 300,000 for the house. Okay, so now if you sold it for 300, you would technically break even on that. Except you wouldn't. How much property tax you pay on it? You got those numbers?
Let me
How
give
much
you
you pay on maintenance?
let me
You
give
got
you a
those
counter.
numbers?
Let me give you a counter argument to this. Not really a
Okay.
counter argument, but an
Okay.
alternative way of thinking. Because I tell you, I think this way at times too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, um, pretty soon, probably in the next 6 months, I'll probably get out from under my motorcycle, trade it in, and I'm gonna go finance a car. Unless you can get me a deal, can you finance me a car for cheap? I'll come see you instead. But
Good God, it's a long drive.
um, but I know that when I go to finance something, I'm going to get fucked on interest. I know it. It's not even a question. I'm going to get fucked. It's going to be like 20% or some bullshit. I can tell it. I got the lube ready. I know it. So that doesn't bother me as much as long as I can afford it on a monthly basis. If I can afford it on that monthly basis and it doesn't offset my life, I might be willing to keep paying you for a year or two extra for making it convenient along the way, even though in the long term it's fiscally grossly irresponsible. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
the payday loans, they save people at a high cost. So that's how I think about these things as well. And honestly, I don't know if I'll ever buy anything again. I'd have to come into a large sum of money to be able to I'd have to get my monthlies down to where it's negligible. And so I just don't know. But I don't really have much confidence that that's going to fucking happen at any time. But if I ever do anything, I should hope that I'm going to be living in that house the rest of my life because I'm already fucking old. So
Yeah, that would be
yeah, I'm looking
yeah.
for a
So
hovel to die in.
yeah. So not only that, it's like okay, now it's worth 300,000. Well, now I got to find somebody who wants to pay me 300,000 for it. Okay, I got to find somebody who wants to pay me that. All right. And most of the time, when people sell their house, they haven't paid it all off. They haven't paid the house off completely. 9 times out of 10. And so now that I've sold it, let's say that quote unquote, if I'm thinking in my head, let's say I made 150 on it. All right. Bought it for 150, sold for 300. So technically, if you're thinking about it logistically, as normies would think, then I just made 150. Now you got to go buy something else. That's probably going to be less house at a higher cost, at a higher interest rate. You ain't went nowhere
Yeah.
because you got to have somewhere to live. Like that's what I keep telling folks. It's like you got to have somewhere to live, regardless. So it's just like if you want to buy a house, look, houses make sense for families. They do. Apartments don't make sense for families. Houses does. Okay, so I'm fine with that. Houses make sense if your life is not going to be mobile. If you don't plan on having mobility. If you plan on staying there for the next 30, 40 years. But if you plan on being mobile, your ass better rent. That's just it. So it's made more because Cory, you've been so mobile throughout your life. It's made absolute sense to rent because you're so mobile. You've been all over the U.S. living in different areas. So, and this came up right here recently with somebody who was trying to, I think it was a doctor who was trying, or a doctor or a dentist anyway, he's trying to move to South Carolina and start a practice. Like he'd already got the building and all that stuff. He was trying to sell his house so he could buy the next house down in South Carolina. And he couldn't do it. Like nobody would buy it. Interest rates high. The house he had was like $400,000. So it's like, you know, you ain't got but about 5 niggas in the area that can afford that, and they already living somewhere. So I mean, you're gonna have some new fresh blood who wants to move into the area to buy it. So now you're stuck.
Here's another observation that I had with, especially looking at rentals, but I'm sure this applies to the housing market as well, as far as purchases go. Like when you look at what you can get for like $1,000, you're like, okay, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a shower and a kitchen, right? And it's got the stuff.
Yeah, that's about
Right?
it. Shower, kitchen, the floor's falling out, the damn roof's jacked, the AC don't work. But yeah, it's $1,000 a month. Okay, so
But if you look at an apartment that's like 1,500, the difference in quality is exponentially higher
yep.
than what you get at like $1,000, right? So
Hmm.
it's almost like, damn, it's almost you're almost forced to throw in that extra couple $100 for that little nicer place because the difference is so much better than the shitty place for just a couple
Right.
$100 less. You know, um, I'm sure that apply. That has to apply somehow, somewhat to the sales market.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like what was it? There, I seen a guy. He was doing something. He was like, "Let's see what I can get in where was he at? In Texas for $200,000." Bo. So his place is fucking damn condemned. It's like that's fucking the whole basement flooded and shit. It's like they had the pictures up there. I'm like, ooh. I was like, $200,000 for this? I'm like, man, folk ain't even serious. Like people are not even serious. Like people with townhomes are not even serious. You see, if I'd have been smart back in the day, I would have bought a townhome right here in the area. I wasn't thinking about it because, my God, Bo, I mean, my rent was $550 a month, and I was splitting it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I ain't buying shit. I mean, my rent's so low. My rent still ain't crazy, 775 a
So
month.
you, so
But
man, your
mhm.
car, you work at a dealership, and you guys got used cars.
Yeah.
All right. See, here's the deal. Like, I trust you. I'd fly to North Carolina and drive home if I could get a car that I know is gonna fucking be good, right? And I know that you'll hook me up for like $100 over cost. So like, we good.
Oh my goodness! You think I got that kind of pull? There ain't no way in hell I'd
Your
tell you to
boss
go
is your
buy a
best
used car
friend. I
right
heard
now.
the story. Your boss is your best friend. So get me a deal.
We in service though. I don't sell no cars.
I'm
I've
looking.
sold one car since I've been there.
I'm like $1,000 away from being able to trade my car in at value. You know what I mean? Like from what I owe about 4,500. I could probably trade it in for about 3,500. So I'm gonna get
Okay.
that down and get that. I'm gonna trade it in just to take it off my hands, um, and then
Hmm.
I'm gonna go finance something. And I figure I can afford something under, like, if I get finance like 10 to 12 grand a month, I could finance. I can afford something like that, like a 2 to 250 a month payment, something like that. So it's got to get done because, man, riding a motorcycle in the winter is not an issue. It doesn't have it's not happening. So
Ooh, Corey, you need to be looking now. Like you need to be active. 10 to 12. Look, see what I mean, dude. That's the shit that I was getting back in damn 2010. Oh no, when I buy my first, the first car I bought for myself was a HHR. That was 10.5. Then the second car I bought for myself was a Sonic because my first car got totaled. My girlfriend hit a deer. Second car was 16,000. But then I just recently bought her Equinox, so that number just went right way up. So
I've
her
actually
Equinox was like $32,000. So I just
I've
recently
bought
bought her
two
that.
brand new cars. I bought two brand new cars in my life. I bought a Scion XB back in the day, 2005. You remember the Scion XB?
Hmm.
Amazing car. And then I bought a Kia Soul in
Okay.
2012.
You
Yeah.
see, I think that's what you need to move towards, something like a Kia. That's what
I
you need to
like the
be looking
Kia.
at.
So what's the deal with leases? Are leases no good or what? So the deals on
No,
leases, I looked at the Kia dealer. The fucking lease deals they're doing right now are amazing. Like, I can get a Kia Soul right now for $99 a month.
here's what the deal with leases is, okay? Leases are fantastic for people who always want the newest shit. That's it. If you always want the newest shit and you never want to worry about having to pay for repairs on a vehicle, then you're gonna lease until you die. You'll always have a car payment. That's who leases are good for. I see people, man, that's godly. This and it's kind of slowed down a little bit, but years ago, I say before 2020, there were people who switched cars every 2, 3 years. Like, they just be flopping. They be switching out
That's
with the
crazy.
quickness.
If I could get one car that was paid off that would run the rest of my life, I think I might just take it. Shit, I might have to go
Dear
get me a
God.
19. I might have to get me a 50s something, like a 50 Chevy or something.
Okay.
That'll last
So here
forever.
so here's what we got. All right, here's what we got. My God. All right, Corey, you're gonna have to go with a. This ain't even gonna work, man. Base model Kia Soul is still 20.
That's a good deal because you know what? When I bought my fucking Kia Soul in 2012, it was 17.9 new. So to go up
Okay.
that little in fucking 12, 13 years is amazing.
Okay, so a Kia Soul base model brand new, $20,490. That's
That's
base
good.
model brand new.
That's good. I would get another Soul in a fucking heartbeat because that bitch that lasted me 10 years. The only reason I don't
Mhm.
have it anymore is because it was just timing, and I was on my way out of town when my whole cooling system went. And it went because I got hit and it crunched my door, and I didn't realize it messed up the cooling system. And then the fucking Geico wanted to fucking screw me and not pay it, but then they ended up paying it. It was a big fucking pain in the ass. But I ended up
Oh, I
selling it.
got you.
I ended up just ditching it. And I sold it to the dealer for like $1,500. So,
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
but otherwise the
Cheap.
engine was killer. I
Mhm.
only had like
Mhm.
120,000 miles on it. It would have lasted 200K easy. So yeah, I'd pick another one. If I can get a used one for like 10 or 12, I'll grab one of them.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I mean, that's what you'd be looking at then. That's the route that you're gonna want to go, unless you want to be sporty
Well, you know
and
what I
get you a
fucking hate?
K4
I
sedan.
I don't think so. I don't need. Do I look sporty to you? Um,
21,990, man. Yeah,
um,
Corey. Let that hair flow in the
what
wind.
I hate when motherfuckers they get a car and they put like 10,000 miles on it, and then you go up and they try to sell it for like $500 less than the new model. I'm like,
Oh
what
yeah.
for what? Fuck right off.
Well, here's what's crazy is that like the trucks and stuff, like I'll go and look at the used car prices on the trucks and I'd be like, okay, this one's 40, this one's 42, this one's 45, this one's 54. You'd be like, man, them trucks are expensive. I say, yeah, they are, but you also didn't see the price tag when they were brand new. Shit, this some bitch was damn $70,000. This shit crazy.
I'm looking here. I'm at the Kia website, and for the Fort Collins one up the road, and
Okay.
they got a 2017 Kia Optima with 137,000 miles for 8,600. I mean, that's a very reasonable price.
Or you did not want that thing. 136,000 miles.
Huh? On a Kia?
Hell no.
That shit, no, dude. Those
No,
engines
sir.
will. Yes, those engines will last.
Corey, look, just trust me on this one, dog. You might as well buy some new shit. I'm trying to tell you, man. You do not because when and if you get fucked on that one, you just fucked. That's all there is to it. It's just gonna be Big D. They ain't got no business with that being on the lot, to be honest. 130 something thousand. That's some shit. That's some shit that's supposed to be able to buy here, pay here. They ain't got no business having that shit on the lot. You said it was on the Kia dealership lot.
Yeah,
Man, they smoking crack.
motherfuckers. They trade people trading cars. They gotta get new ones, so they gotta sell the old ones.
Yeah, but yeah, you send them to a wholesaler, and you let Johnny and DJ down the street buy them shits. You know what I'm saying? And sell them to the ninjas for a buy here, pay here. They pay 2 payments, then then they lapse on their payments. It gets repoed, and they sell it again. That's what those cars are for. I'm trying to tell you, man. D ain't no way. D ain't no way. I would not waste your money on that. I'm just letting you know. That's that. You will get fucked. I'm telling you right now, man. You will get fucked on that deal. You drive that son bitch for damn 3 weeks, and the damn whole motor fall out the bottom of it. Motor and transmission, a combination fucking it. You know what I'm saying? Get spread wide open. You feel like you got violated. Feel like an old bitch out there. Somebody took you in the back, told you to suck this thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what you feel like. And Corey, I don't need you feeling like that, okay? I want your spirits
Thanks.
to at least be somewhat high. It says, man, life ain't been the best to me, but I don't want it to drag you all the way down. 85. I can't believe because I see the rides that come in and out. When we have a ride that's like, okay, this thing's like, no, no go. It gets sent to the sale. Like these dealers send these cars to the sale. Like that's the premise of what they do. They're not supposed to be putting that type of shit on the lot. Now, when it was during the disease that should not be named years, they were putting some of that stuff on the lot because you had such low inventory. That was the issue. That's not the issue anymore. Inventory ain't low like that. So shit like that, it shouldn't be on a dealership lot. That's
So
all I'm
what
saying.
what kind of cars do you see as a car guy? What kind of cars do you see that are like last the longest? Best value for your money, that kind of thing.
Well, you got to think the majority of what I see are Chevrolet vehicles.
They any good?
L- Last for your money. That's a loaded question because because here's the issue. I go around to every once in a while I go around the different dealerships. We got to pick up parts, things of that nature. They're always all full, like all of them, like they're working on shit. So like bang for your buck. If you're going just straight, if you're going straight Chevrolet right now, bang for your buck would be a Trax. That's what it would be. Don't
Chevy
have a ton of
Trax.
issues out of them. Yeah, don't have a ton of issues out of them. They look good. They got comparable room. And so yeah, you can get it. You can get it for around that $20,000 range.
Hmm.
That's what you can get that for. That would be the best bang for your buck. Now you can start moving on up, but I mean, all the shit has problems, and some of the shit's just too expensive. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like it just is. Like it's just gonna fucking cost your ass, man. That's all there is to it. Like I
Yeah,
got my girlfriend at Equinox.
cars need to come
I
down a
mean,
lot more.
yeah, I got my girlfriend at Equinox. 2026 Equinox RS. Of course, they get GM discount, things of that nature. So I got it for 32. All right, 32,000, which is great for that vehicle because most people probably about 38 if they went in and bought it off the street. But it's still a lot.
Yeah.
Like like it's like I got a great deal on a brand new ride. I'm like, you know, fresh. It still costed my ass a lot. Like, but it's all good. She's worth it. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
wasn't worried about it because she's worth it. So it's just like she needed a new ride. I was like, I'm done trying to fix the ride that she had. I could have put a motor in it and all that, but I'm just like, she deserves to have a new ride. You know what I'm saying? Been with her 11 years. I'm gonna do this for her. So that's what I did. But most people who were just walking around and just like, hey, I just need to get something so I can get back and forth A to B. I need it to be not that expensive. Man, it's just fucking tough, man. It's just because even at a $20,000 vehicle, depending on what your down payment is, you're still gonna be looking about $400 a month. You know, that's what you're gonna be looking, depending on your down payment. And yeah, and if you want to get that number down, you are gonna need a down payment. Now they can stretch you out. I think they do 84 months. Now they can stretch you out. But hot damn,
Damn, a $25,000 car at 8.25 interest is 509 a month.
that's what I'm saying.
That's a lot of money, man. I'd like to spend like 250 a month.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. You gonna you gonna have to find the deal of deals.
I
That's
might
all
just find I might just find some old shit box for like 3 grand and put it on my credit card.
That's what I'm saying. You got to find a deal of deals. Uh, real Kim Homer says auctions. There's some potential auctions if you get stuff that's been repossessed by the police and stuff like that. You might be able to find something good there. You know what I'm saying? The police might be trying to sell something for about $300-400. You know, they do shit like that. Don't they do shit like that, Corey?
Yeah.
They pick stuff up like in a drug deal or something like that and be like, "Oh, you can buy this," but I don't know. Depending on whose ride it was, I might not want it. It's all yeah. There's just a bunch of blood in the back seat and stuff. I said, "Damn, niggas got shot in it." It's like, yeah, we cleaned it up though. I'm good, man. You know what I'm saying? Now there was somebody who asked earlier what Corey thinks of The Wire. I'm not sure what that is. What's The
Which
Wire?
TV show?
Oh,
Yeah,
is
I
that
watched it
what
like
you?
15 years ago. It was all
Oh,
right.
okay, okay, okay. Of The Wire. I know some people come in late, and so they might comment on stuff that we talked about an hour ago, so because they watched the whole thing through. So that's all good. So we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping this up. We appreciate everybody for being with us. Me and Corey managed to hold it down the entire time. Hey, y'all guys got some good knowledge today. Bitcoin. Corey says go get some. I mean, what you waiting on? And while you at it, get you some Solana so you can buy some independent media token. That thing is available. Okay. Go get you the Phantom wallet today and pick up a little independent media token. Like I said, you got to purchase Solana first. So do that. So we can get this train going. The next big and best thing, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's what we're looking at. That's
Yeah.
what we're looking at.
10-year
So go
project.
ahead. Hey,
10-year
yeah,
project. You're
yeah,
gonna wish you got them at these prices today. Shit.
yeah, yeah. So there we go. There we
You can
go.
get a
Don't
million for like $100, and that shit we're gonna 100x that shit in 2 years.
yeah. So don't you don't want to be left behind. Okay, you don't want to be left behind.
Yo, and
So go
since
ahead and
Trump
jump
threw
on the
out
train
the
today.
SEC crypto division, this is financial advice. Okay, go get it.
It's not financial advice. It is not. Please. It's definitely not. We don't give any of that at any point in time. Corey on crack cocaine. I mean, look, Corey took his dad beforehand, and something else was in it. Okay, and it messed him up. He misspoke, just like fucking what's the damn nigga from Minnesota, Waltz. Yeah, he misspoke. You know what I'm saying? When I said I was there when my man was burning himself up in TM Square, I misspoke. You know what I'm saying? I know I said I was standing right beside him, but I felt it. I felt the presence. So you go pick up some independent media token today. Make sure you checking out all of Charlie's content, macroaggressions, activist posts. He's active there all the time. Lindsey Scharmyn, rogueways.org, Rogue Soul. Of course, Corey's got his books. You need to get them if you hadn't got them. If you watch us and haven't got them yet, I'm not even exactly sure what you're doing. Get the books. A Warning from History.
Yeah,
All
what the
right,
fuck?
the best JFK book ever written. Corey, let me do this. Lee Harvey Oswald in black and white. Oh man, you can see all my stuff at xq420.com. Make sure you signing up for Corey. There we go. Lee Harvey Oswald in black and white, and also non-focused. There we go. We got a focused one now. So pick that up. Bloodyhistory.substack.com for daily content from Cory Hughes. Uh, can I tell him where you're gonna be this week,
Yeah.
or is it secret? Okay. Uh, Corey gonna be back in Las Vegas. Is that right?
No, I ain't going
Jake
nowhere.
Shields. Oh, I thought you were doing Jake Shields.
I am.
Oh, okay,
Way
okay.
to give an announcement, motherfucker. You should have got that information beforehand.
Fuck, man, you told me you were going. You were going to do it. So I thought he did all this shit in person.
I'm special.
Okay, and for this one point in time. So Corey be on that. So no Beyond the Cube this week as well. We'll be back with y'all the following week. Next time y'all see us will be on day 0 for day 202. So we appreciate everybody checking us out. Y'all have a good night. Oh, and football's back on. So if folks like football, I mean my Cowboys lost. So fuck. So Denver might be winning. Is Denver winning? Corey, you need to be checking this. Is
I
Denver
need to
winning?
check because old ladies like to stop me in public when I wear my Broncos jersey. It's always old ladies.
Okay. Oh, is it?
Oh yeah.
Corey, they're trying to hit on you, man. Broncos are currently up 13-12.
Oh.
So that it's the fourth quarter. They're currently up. So maybe they'll get a win for the home team. So we'll catch y'all next week, day 202. Peace out.